One of the reasons the brain software stuck with me so well is that it's not three-dimensional. I call it 2.25D. Basically, it looks flat, except for similar tools that are indeed flat run out of room. You get to the corners and you suddenly max out of space. So MindJet, Mindomo, a bunch of other tools that have been around about as long as the brain, some of them. You run out of space and then you have to create a new sheet. Where in the early days of the brain, you could see as you clicked from one thought to another, there was a little animation where like Muriel Cooper, who was an expert in sort of text representations, the text would get a little bit bigger and then smaller as if it was bouncing toward you and then coming back to the page. That little hop gesture meant that you were kind of hopping through this space and you could keep going. And I kept going. I've got 635,000 things in my brain at this point. But part of what made the brain really work for me is that it has this quirky up, down, left kind of setup where you can only attach thoughts to each other through these little circles called gates. And there's one on the left, but not one on the right. And up and down are really, really obvious. It's parent and child. But there's always a sense of orientation. There's always a sense of up. And you can use that any way you want to. Usually I will say, ducks, geese, swans, pigeons are all kinds of birds. So that's very obvious. You have a parent thought that's types of bird. In fact, at this point, I've got like passerine birds and a waterfowl and I don't know what else. There's many subcategories and I am definitely not a biologist. But I'm an amateur and I care about all these things. So what's cool is that even though my brain is really large, it only presents a certain amount of information at one time. The screen can be pretty full, but never overflowing. It's not 3D, which means I'm not floating like I'm lost in space and in gravity when we're tumbling around because something happened. Doesn't happen to me in the brain. I always have a sense of where I am and how I get back to where I need to be. And that's really comforting because it's really easy to get disoriented in information spaces. And lots of tools for thinking give you like a little rubber band view where things are connected to each other by how they relate. And then when you bump that into 3D, there's sort of no knowing where things are. And you want things to be really easy for your eye and your brain to parse. You want to be able to locate things quickly. And another big benefit of having an up, a north, a sense of orientation, a sense of place, is that it's really easy to figure out what's where and to keep going. So this is just one in a series of short posts about why I like the particular tool that I got addicted to 28 years ago. Your mileage may vary. Other tools will appeal to other people.